Hello and welcome everyone to the very first Senior Living episode of 2013. When we think of the month of January, most often we think about the coldest month of the year, which that's what I think about. It's cold when I get up in the morning. New Year's Day, the parties, the resolutions. Hope you all had a great holiday season and made some resolutions that you can keep in 2013. That's my wish, is that everybody gets to keep their resolutions and everything works out well. January has a lot of other days besides New Year's Day to celebrate. We're going to talk about a few of them. One of them in particular a little later in the show that we'll be talking about is Martin Luther King Jr. celebration here in the Verde Valley. In addition to that, January is also January's the Super Bowl, was the first Super Bowl. Now it's in February, but it was the first Super Bowl. The first heart transplant was performed in January. The first telegraph was sent by Samuel Morse in January. Lots of great holidays, including, in addition to Martin Luther King Jr., Franklin Delano Roosevelt, we have Carl Sandburg, several different actors and actresses, Jim Carrey, Kevin Costner, Gina Davis. We have a lot to keep track of. If you have birthdays in January, know that the official flower for January is the carnation. Garnet is the birthstone. Garnet is a symbol of constancy, so remember that. We are kicking off the winter season in a lot of different ways. And one of the things that we want to remind everybody, as we try to do often throughout the year, is what's coming up at Yavapai College Osher Lifelong Learning Center. Today we are very pleased to be joined by one of the many OLLI facilitators, Gail Grove. Gail, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Pam. Glad to be here.
Glad to have you here. I wanted to, just to remind everybody, tell us just a little bit about, I'm gonna switch it up here just a little bit. You have been an OLLI facilitator for how long?
Actually, just the summer semester, which was a new addition last summer. We hadn't done a summer before.
Right. So you have got one full semester under your belt, right?
Well, I did kind of like a workshop, a summer. What we did was have a campfire event up on Mingus Mountain.
Oh, how fun.
Yes, much different.
So did you come up with that curriculum?
I came up with that idea and presented it to the council, and they okayed it. Excellent. Yes, and that's what facilitators do. It's all a volunteer organization within the Yavapai College, and we call ourselves OLLI because it's Osher Lifelong Learning Institute.
Right. And OLLI is much shorter and simpler to say.
Right. And it's fun.
Exactly,
Yes.
Exactly.
And that's the whole idea. It's for mature adults who want to have fun, who want to learn new things and mingle with one another, have discussions. It's warm and inviting, but fun is the key word. Exactly. And it's no stress because you take these interesting classes or workshops and no tests, no grades.
Gotta love that, no grades. That sounds great. Just so that everybody has a little bit of an idea too, prior to joining the OLLI team, were you a teacher in a university setting before? What was your background, just a little bit?
Actually, no. I am just a regular person. No, I was a medical librarian in my career life.
Okay.
And I was drawn to OLLI because I moved to the Verde Valley 5 years ago, and I knew no one. I chose this place for its climate and its quality of life, but no family, no friends. So I had to build a new support group. And one of the ways was to join OLLI and take these classes and meet new people.
Gail, it's amazing to me, the stories, very similar stories that I've heard from the facilitators that we've talked to in the past. and to just reassure everyone that may be watching today that may have had the slightest interest in checking out what Osher Lifelong Learning Institute is all about, that that's the way it can happen, and it can be very, very rewarding on numerous different levels. The winter semester is right around the corner.
Right, and our new catalog is out. This is what it looks like.
And the new catalog will be available, or is available already?
It's available right now at both campuses, the Verde Valley campus on Black Hills Drive in Cottonwood. Oh, well, actually, it's technically Clarkdale. And in Sedona at the Yavapai campus on Arts Village Drive. I never get that right. Let me Arts Village Drive. That's what it's called.
All right.
And that's right across from the high school in Sedona.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So you can get them there, but there are 2 open houses at each of those locations where you can sign up for classes, you can meet the facilitators of the classes, and you can get an overview and see what you want to take, or if you want to take anything.
Right. How many different courses are there available this year? Do you know?
This semester, there are over 90 either learning groups, which is like a classroom setting, or workshop, which is usually just once, maybe twice.
Right.
One of the big workshops that we are offering this year is Making Sense of Medicare. It's a big one. And because it was so popular last semester, over 300 people signed up last semester, not just for that, but
amazing.
But because it was so popular, it's being offered again to the general public for just $15. Members can take it free, and a basic membership is $25. And then it goes up from there. There's a matrix of how many classes you take and so on.
Right. So the courses or workshops that are offered through OLLI range from something as, I'm very sorry, but something as just awful to think about is the whole Medicare process, from something that's a little bit of work, in other words, to art and music and all kinds of fun things.
Yes, and News and Views is a fun class to take because they take the current events and discuss them. And the book club is what I belong to, and we meet twice a month at Girona Cafe, and we have lunch and discuss the book of the month and share what we've been reading.
Excellent.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I still go to. I have gone to that all the 5 years I've been here.
It's so inspiring to listen to that. And we want to hear a lot more about not only the book club and some of the various workshop groups, but we are going to take a short break. We're going to visit with our sponsors, and we'll be back right after this message to talk more with Gail Grove.
Hi, I'm Captain Larry Dawson with the Cottonwood Fire Department, here to talk to you about cooking safety in your home. When cooking with oil, make sure you have the proper size lid and an oven mitt nearby. If the oil does catch fire, cover the pan with the lid while wearing an oven mitt. Turn off the burner. Never throw water or baking soda on a grease fire. Never leave an open flame unattended, and always have a working fire extinguisher nearby.
Hello everybody, I am Lou Ann Patterson. My family and I would like to welcome you to the Copper Star Indoor Shooting Range, Northern Arizona's premier shooting sports facility. We offer a 25-yard pistol range, a 50-yard archery range, and Arizona's only 100-yard indoor rifle range. In addition, we have a full-line gun shop as well as an archery pro shop. Come check us out. We're located at Highway 260 and Cherry Road, right next to Out of Africa. Looking forward to seeing you all.
Welcome back to Senior Living. We are visiting with OLLI facilitator, volunteer facilitator for the Osher Lifelong Learning Institute, Gail Grove. And we just briefly mentioned before break, we talked about the open houses that will be held at both the Clarkdale campus and the Sedona campus. Can you give us a few more details?
Yes. In fact, I want to tell you when they are specifically so you can put them on your calendar. the Verde Valley campus at 601 Black Hills Drive in Clarkdale is on January 9th, Wednesday, January 9th, and they run from 11 to 2, and so there are refreshments served, and there are so welcoming, greeting people, an overview of what OLLI is, and then every facilitator that is offering something in this winter catalog will be there to talk about what they're offering, what their class is going to be about, and you can meet them. And you can sign up right then, register for your classes right then. And the other one is on January 10th, Thursday, and that's at the Sedona campus. And as I said, that was at 4215 Arts Village Drive.
Okay.
And for those who know the Sedona Film School, it's the Sedona Film School, the Yavapai College campus, and the OLLI campus.
It's all right there. You need go no further.
And both of them are between 11 and 2. One's on the 9th, one's on the 10th. And you can pick up your catalog, have time to leaf through it, meet the facilitators, meet other people who are interested. And you never know, you might decide to get a whole new group together.
If that could work. I know I've met several people that have actually broadened their social horizons in addition to gaining some fun, interesting, good knowledge to have. You mentioned that you could sign up for the classes or workshops that you wanted to take advantage of at the open house, but when is final registration?
Oh, good question. Well, the semester starts January 22nd.
Okay.
And there are late registrations that are possible unless it's a workshop that's already happened.
Right. Right.
And so you can call. You can call the offices, and if you're going to register by credit card, you can do that over the phone. And I have the phone numbers as well if you're interested.
Phone numbers have been on the screen, and we will, as well as the website for people to go check it out. As you're watching this program, it may be that these open houses have passed, but what I want to do is assure you that with one phone call going on the website, you can get all the information that you need and still register for any of the courses, classes, workshops that you may be interested in. That's what I want to make sure that everybody understands, that there are things going on all semester long, and it certainly would be to benefit everyone to pick up one of the catalogs and at least get an idea.
Right. And we've added a new campus. A facilitator has made possible some of her classes over at the Beaver Creek area, and it's at the Beaver Creek School Board Room at 4810 4810 Beaver Creek Road, Rimrock. And they're limited offerings. They're just certain ones.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, many of the different classes are off-premise. They're not going to, you mentioned hiking.
Some of the meditative hiking is off-site. And you go to the classroom for the first session, and then the facilitator says where they're going to be going, and often gives the class a schedule of where they're going to meet at the trailheads where they're going to. And there's a wonderful getting to know Verde Valley and getting to know Sedona. Those two classes I took right away when I arrived here because I wanted to find out about this area. And they visit different places and different museums and different businesses just to get acquainted with the area.
And that
the
sounds
history
like a great refresher course for anybody that's lived here, because some of us start settling in and taking for granted everything that there is available out there.
And depending on the semester, they go to different places than the last semester, you know, so it doesn't get old. And also we have Lunch and Learn. And that's at the Sedona campus. And that you take a brown bag, and it's free, and you just go and you listen to major speakers every Wednesday. I think that's every Wednesday. And then we have special presentations, special events that are offered through the council, through the Humanities Council. And so there's so much. That's why you really need to look at this.
I really, really believe in the motto that Yavapai College uses at this point in time, and it applies, in my mind, it applies so specifically to Ollie, and that is Life Explored. There are so many different kinds of classes that you can take through the Osher Lifelong Learning Institute that they're not the least bit like a class that we took in school. But the learning, as we get older, we appreciate some of those things even more. So the learning that we could achieve by going to some of these classes just seems to stand out above everything else.
Well, and it's not something you have to know. It's
Right.
something you want to know about.
Right.
Something you're curious about.
Right.
Travel things,
Right.
discussing modern films, tarot cards, massage.
That's great. Gail, if there is, before we run out of time, if there was one simple message that you wanted to share with our viewers, what would it be?
That Ollie is fun, and it's all volunteer driven. Every facilitator is just like you and I.
Mm-hmm.
We have brought some passion to the classroom that we want to share with you. And so come share.
And you have shared your passion here with us today. I encourage you, check it out further. There are so many different opportunities that you could take advantage of and really get something out of that. I really encourage you to do that. Again, Osher Lifelong Learning Center, the winter semester begins January 22nd. Open houses at the the Clarkdale campus and the Sedona campus on January 9th and 10th respectively. Go to the website, learn more. Gail, thank you so much for joining us today. And we're going to take a short break, and we are going to be joined here in a minute by a young lady that's going to tell us about another event going on in the Verde Valley in January.
Hi, I'm Ben Bueller, owner and funeral director at Bueller Funeral Homes. My grandfather once told me, you can serve a family selfishly once, or treat them right and serve that family for generations.
Bueller Funeral Home has been serving Arizona families for 3 generations with affordable and reasonable services. Bueller Funeral Home feels a funeral should be as unique and personal as the individual it honors, whatever your choices, your traditions, or your budget.
Welcome back. Thanks for joining us. One of the events, holidays, celebrations, and historical days in our history is happens to be also in January. Martin Luther King Jr. Day was set aside in January and has become recognized throughout the country. I'm going to go into some more of the history of our event, but suffice it to say that Camp Verde will be celebrating Martin Luther King Jr. holiday because of the efforts of a very gutsy young guy.
Yes.
And I'm very sorry I should have not kicked it off quite that way, but I want to welcome Adrienne Martin to our show to talk a little bit more about this wonderful celebration that we'll be having. And welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Pam.
Great. Now, we know that the day is a federal holiday, for instance. There are reasons to enjoy the fact that you're not going to be working, but the reality is that we are going to celebrate in Camp Verde a day of service. So tell us a little bit about the event itself.
Well, the event itself is going to be January 21st. It is a Monday. It is the day off. It will be held from 11:30 to 5 p.m. We're planning on meeting at the Commercial Plaza parking lot, which is right next to the Horn Saloon. And we're going to have a small march from that parking lot over to City Hall. We do ask that all participants bring a small or at least one piece of non-perishable food item that will be donated to local food banks. From there, we're going to have a small lunch that is being donated by Domino's Pizza, and Walmart is also providing some water, and I think we might have a cake too. There's some talks in the work of that.
Sounds great.
At this, when we get there to City Hall as well, we are going to have performances by the Yavapai Apache Crown Dancers, to make sure I have the right one, and Casey's Family Taekwondo, who I believe is doing something special for the national anthem.
Great.
And it's going to be really exciting. And we'll also have opportunities at that time for participants to sign up for local service projects. We will be going to Montezuma's Well with Friends of the Well. I think we're going to be building a fence there. We're also going to be helping the Camp Verde Unified School District do a little bit of maintenance on the school. And we might be with the Fort Verde as well. But definitely a few more will be in the works as well.
And that's very exciting, a single opportunity to kind of maybe pick and choose a little bit how you want to be of service to the community. I think that's really exciting, and that's definitely sends the message that Dr. King was interested in. One of the things that I wanted to talk about, as I mentioned, the parade piece of it in particular came as a result of some efforts by a young man that is still very involved.
He is. It's Chandler Plant and his parents, Janice and Robert Plant. He had a dream himself last year that he wanted to create a Martin Luther King March, which is something Camp Verde's never had before.
Right.
And at the time he was doing that, over 300 participants came last year to the march. And at the exact same time, Yavapai County AmeriCorps project, which is my project. We are a partnership with Community Counts. I think they're actually our umbrella corporation. And Serve Yavapai, which is a project of Prescott College, was doing service projects in the Beaver Creek area. And we had about 75 participants at that one.
Wow.
So this year, Chandler actually came to us because he was real bummed that he couldn't make it to the service projects last year. Kids just can't do enough.
7 years old. Let me remind everybody, he is 7 years old.
And a sharp dresser too, wears a suit every day to school.
I think leadership is definitely up his alley.
He is. I think we'll be looking at him for president soon.
Well, didn't his dad say that at 3 he made his bid for the presidency?
I think so.
That's pretty astonishing.
It is.
Now you mentioned AmeriCorps and you mentioned Community Counts. I think that it's important for us to understand that these aren't just small groups of people, but these are very definite organizations that have specific goals in mind. And by combining the efforts of the Martin Luther King Day celebration with the service outreach, I think is going to really benefit everyone.
Oh,
Agree?
definitely.
Okay.
Definitely. We are really excited. Yavapai County AmeriCorps project helps to focus just on Yavapai County. And while we're hoping to have at least 400 participants this year by combining both of our efforts with Chandler and Yavapai County AmeriCorps project, our other wing of it is Serve Yavapai, which is a project of Prescott College, and they'll be doing our Prescott event. So we're expecting about 300 volunteers over there as well, maybe more.
Wow.
Yeah, so we're hoping to have both sides of the mountain covered this year and really focus on environmental stewardship. We'd like to get a lot of veterans out, veterans' families, lots of students. The more kids, the better. And definitely have more community come together,
I know that there's been quite a bit of outreach into the schools, and I know that there's been quite a bit of publicity about it. And we are basically 3 weeks away, which seems like a while, but it's right around the corner. So make your plans. If you are off that Monday, January 21st,
please come out.
Yeah, absolutely. It's Camp Verde. We're right in our own backyard, and we really need to support the efforts of the organizations that are working on this. Now, in addition to showing up that day and signing up for service projects that you will have basically outlined, and they can people that come can determine what kind of service projects they want to help with.
We have some kid-friendly ones. We have some ones that are very friendly to seniors. We have ones that are more go get them and dig holes. And
you better have some muscles.
Better have some muscles, and definitely dress for the weather because it is probably going to be cold. It is January. So.
Yeah, the coldest month of the year.
Coldest month of the year, and most of them are outside service projects.
That's true. Before we leave the volunteer piece of it, Are there still pieces of the event itself that you need volunteers for?
I do need individuals who will be willing to, pick up garbage, who might be willing to stay up late to help us clean up the gym. The march and the performances and the food and the sign up will be from about 11:30 to 2, and then from 2 to 5 will be the service projects, which we are having transportation provided for.
Okay.
Which is something really amazing. Camp Verde Unified School District is giving us their buses.
Yay, thank you.
But anybody who doesn't want to go do a service project but is willing to stick around and help us clean up, it's right now it's just me cleaning up the whole gym. So.
Okay, perfect. Adrienne, what else can you think of? Martin Luther King Jr. Parade and celebration brought to us partly by Chandler Plant and his family, and supported by so many wonderful Yavapai County organizations, including AmeriCorps.
Yes.
Yavapai serves.
Serve Yavapai.
Serve Yavapai.
It's flipped.
Okay. So many organizations. Please be a part of it. There is more information available at mlkday.gov.
.gov. That is the national website that gives a little bit more history, a little bit more, information about Martin Luther King himself. For the particular event, we asked you to go to communitycountsaz.gov.
Perfect.
So, and then if there are any, really questions that you just can't get answered from there, please email me at amartin@communitycountsaz.org.
And if you don't get some of that, you can definitely contact us here at Yavapai Broadcasting and Verde Valley Television. We'll get you to the right place. Definitely. Adrienne, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. And so we are going to take a short break, and we are going to come back right after the break. I just want to double check with something. We have been focusing on service projects and a lot of different things that you can do to benefit yourself. Something wonderful is going to happen here in the Verde Valley in just a few months, and Community Counts AZ is a part of that as well.
It is. We're all over the place.
Exactly. And we'll be visiting with someone who's going to tell us a little bit more about the visit of the traveling Vietnam Veteran Memorial Wall to the Verde Valley. So join us when we come back.
My mom's a hardcore enabler. I first realized it when she said we should have a party at our house.
Have fun tonight? You ready?
She even got my dad to say
Just
okay.
lighten up a little bit.
She's so hooked on enabling that my friends think she's their buddy. She doesn't care. Why should I?
Enabling is a drug. Get help. The partnership at drugfree.org.
Hello, everybody. I am Lou Ann Patterson. My family and I would like to welcome you to the Copper Star Indoor Shooting Range, Northern Arizona's premier shooting sports facility. We offer a 25-yard pistol range, a 50-yard archery range, and Arizona's only 100-yard indoor rifle range. In addition, we have a full-line gun shop as well as an archery pro shop. Come check us out. We're located at Highway 260 and Cherry Road, right next to Out of Africa. Looking forward to seeing you all.
Welcome back. We are joined now by a gentleman that's going to give us some detailed information on an absolutely incredible historic event that will be happening here in the Verde Valley. Now, the event itself doesn't happen until March 28th through 31st. In the meantime, the community has the opportunity to step up and support bringing the Vietnam Veterans Memorial Traveling Monument to the area, to Cottonwood Middle School to be exact. It is on the calendar. It's scheduled to arrive actually Wednesday afternoon. In the meantime, there is so much that's needed, and we are joined today by Sam DiGiovanni, who is you just kind of jump in where you're needed and become part of making things happen around here. So welcome to Senior Living.
Thank you for that intro.
And
I'll take it.
I know that you and I talked briefly a couple of weeks ago before the holidays and talked about this, and we know that we need a lot of help in order to make this happen. So why don't you give us a little bit more of the details going on with the wall?
Yes, well, absolutely. Well, the wall, it's the Vietnam, it's an 80% replica of the Vietnam Veterans Wall over in D.C. What's nice about this is we're bringing the wall to Cottonwood instead of, it's my opinion that every veteran, every Vietnam veteran especially, who feels the need to go and see the wall, should be given that opportunity. And the other one is all the way across the country.
Right.
It's very expensive with air travel and other reasons. What's nice is that this 80% replica, we're bringing it here. It's going to arrive the 27th of March. It will be very ceremonious as it as it comes in. Should arrive about 4 o'clock. I got a little cheat sheet here. And then from there on the 29th, about noon, it'll be ready for the public. It'll be open for 24 hours, round the clock. So you can go at any time and see that until closing ceremonies on the 31st.
Right. As I recall, not only is is bringing the memorial to whatever town it may be, but there is a lot of ceremony, and I did notice that on the schedule. There is reveille every morning, and then there are all kinds of invocations, and all of the tradition and ceremony is maintained throughout the stay of the memorial here in Cottonwood, right up until taps in the evening and that type of thing. We make a huge investment, in the city of Cottonwood, as well as the VFW Post and CommunityCountsAZ.org have made a commitment to this. And you guys, we need to step up and help out a little bit.
Absolutely. The community has really rallied around this. Mayor Jones is very involved. Ron Luce is the coordinator of this event through the VFW and the American Legion. They're all working hand in hand to spearhead this event. It's going to be huge. There is actually, swallowed my gum. I'll worry about that later. Yeah, it was distracting me. So anyway, yeah, so we're going to be doing a lot for this event. We need a lot of volunteers. Anyone that wants to support this event financially through Community Counts can do so. I can be reached. My number is 714. Should I go ahead and give that now?
It's been on the screen, and it'll continue to be on the screen for during our visit here. But definitely get a hold of Sam. He's got all of the details on how you can become a supporter, a sponsor of bringing the wall to the area.
Yes.
And just so that you know, there are different sponsorship levels, and I think that that's important to mention. Everybody from individuals to some of the largest companies here in the Verde Valley can participate, can be a supporter of bringing this to our area. So make sure that we check this all out. What I know that as we mentioned, Mayor Jones and the City of Cottonwood, as well as the VFW folks, are part of that, and they will all be working toward this as well. You've become the go-to person for this phase of it, but there will be many more plans and many more volunteers needed as we get close. Am I correct?
Absolutely, absolutely. Anyone that wants to help as far as food for the event, we have quite a rally of businesses and individuals. Steve Palmer of the Lions Club and various organizations that are really stepping up and, making these veterans. I'm a veteran myself, but my war was nothing like what the Vietnam veterans went through. They're the unsung heroes. I mean, they're the ones that came back and didn't have the VA. They didn't have all the resources and opportunities that the future veteran era has now, they built them for us. They got us those. So anything I can do to help in the community, and everybody's been so great. Cottonwood, since I've been away, has really grown into a very nice city.
Well, you are you were here, and then you've been away for a while, and now you're back and just jumping in with both feet, as I see it.
Absolutely.
To make things happen.
I'm an author by trade. Just got married to a beautiful, wonderful woman. We have 3 great kids, and I'm just happy to be part of this community. It really is.
Well, and
the weather's great too.
Yeah. Okay. I'll quit complaining about January being so cold. Doggone it. The Vietnam Veterans Memorial Wall, the Traveling Memorial Wall, it is on the schedule to be here in March. A lot of things need to happen between now and then. Contact Sam. If you need any help, contact the radio station, visit our community calendar. We will put you in touch with the right people, and let's make sure that this happens and take the stress off of all the organizations that have been so gracious as to put their support behind this. Sam, what else do we need to know for right now? Just help support getting this wall here is what I'm hearing.
Well, there's one thing that I did leave out. We are celebrating the veterans, the Vietnam Veterans Day celebration. That's on the 30th as well. So the memorial, that's more of a somber event.
Right.
But the celebration, that's, hey, we're glad to have everybody who was able to make it back.
We deserve to celebrate them and to share our appreciation for everything that the veterans have done for the entire community. So keep that in mind. Again, it'll be on our calendar. Sam, thank you.
Thank you.
This is, I don't know why I feel this way, but I think this is just a huge event for us, and I'm very excited to know early on, and hopefully we'll be able to lend a hand somewhere along the line.
First time in all of Verde Valley history that we will have the wall here in Cottonwood. So, by the way, this is delicious water. It's helping that gum go down.
Well, I sure didn't mean for that to happen, but again, we appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. We are going to take a short break, and we are going to come back. We've got one more event that is designed to benefit veterans, and we are happy to visit with some folks about the Benevet Bowling Fest. So stay tuned. We'll be back right after these messages.
Hi, I'm Ben Bueller, owner and funeral director at Bueller Funeral Homes. My grandfather once told me, you can serve a family selfishly once, or treat them right and serve that family for generations.
Bueller Funeral Home has been serving Arizona families for 3 generations with affordable and reasonable services. Bueller Funeral Home feels a funeral should be as unique and personal as the individual it honors, whatever your choices, your traditions, or your budget.
Having a fire escape plan is very important to keep your family safe and together in the event of a fire. When you awake to the sound of a smoke detector and smoke in your room, don't stand straight up. Carefully roll off your bed and stay low under the smoke. If your door is shut, feel the door with the back of your hand. Slowly open the door if no heat is felt. Always stay low until you get to the outside of your home. Always have 2 ways out of your house and a specified meeting place somewhere outside your home. Home escape plans should be drawn up and rehearsed on a regular basis. This could be the difference between life and death if caught in a fire.
Welcome back to this episode of Senior Living, and as promised, we are going to talk about one more way in which we, as an entire Verde Valley community, can help out the veterans that are our neighbors, our friends, our family, and we need to learn about this as much as we possibly can. And I want to say a warm welcome to a couple of people that are Yavapai Broadcasting and Verde Valley Television's friends, and we really appreciate you taking the time to be here to talk about the Benevet Bowling Tournament, or Bowl Fest, Fun Fest. Mike Jacobson, Nikki Miller, and we are definitely excited. This is, I'm going to probably mess this up, must be the fourth annual Benevet Bowling. Yay!
Fourth annual.
Fourth annual. And I believe that you kind of kicked this off, I won't say single-handedly, but it was a little bit of work, as I recall, when you first got this going, wasn't it?
No, Nikki and I.
Right.
It was a brainchild of ours. I'm a combat veteran from Vietnam, so going over to the VA hospital, we realized there was a large hole to fill with the different clinics because they couldn't get the items that they needed to really help out the veterans in their clinics. So we started this as kind of a brainchild to try to make things a little better for the veterans coming back today. They do so much for us.
Perfect opportunity for us to give back just a little bit, and seems like it's going to be a lot of fun. One of you, and I'll let you guys duke it out over who wants to answer the question, but so the brainchild was born, and give me a little bit of the history of the Benevet Bowling Tournament from its inception.
Well, we wanted it to be something that everybody could get involved in, and we changed the name from Tournament to Fun Fest because so many people were thinking it was serious, and we wanted them to realize that this is not serious. This is something to come out and support your veterans and build a community. And so we put together something that students and kids and families can come out and participate in and show their support for the veterans. So we tried to make it something that was a little bit on the goofy side, and it seems to have drawn interest from a variety of different people, and they come back every year and do it again.
How many people are participating? How many participated last year?
Well, last year we printed over 200 early bird t-shirts. Now that was just the people that signed up early, and so there were more people than that. We filled, it's a 2-day tournament, and our All Mixed Up is our most popular, and that is full both Saturday and Sunday. And then we're doing a new one this year called the Opening Mixer, which is something that we haven't done before, which is giving another opportunity to a different kind. We're doing a no-tap, and that is 9 pins count as a strike. And then we bowl, the next one's called Cosmic, which we bowl in the dark. And then the next one is a red pin head pin, and if you get a strike with a red pin head pin, you're going to get a raffle ticket to put in one of our raffles.
You guys have got some great prizes as part of those raffles, it sounded like.
The people are just incredible what they donate to us. We've had the Grand Hotel in Jerome and the Asylum donate a room and dinner, and I mean that's a 5-star.
Right. Right, big deal.
You've got the Radisson donated a Sweetheart package, Grand Canyon Railroad tickets, the Riverside Resort Casino, 3 days and 2 nights over in Laughlin, and Sun's tickets from you all, and it just goes on and on and on. It's Grapes up in Jerome. I mean, every aspect of the community just has really been behind the program, and it is 100% benefit. We don't take any money out for anything other than what we make goes directly to the Combat Veterans Rehab.
That's amazing. It's at the Shake, Rattle, and Bowl at Cliff Castle Casino.
Yes.
And early bird registration, I might add, has basically passed by the time you will be watching this, unfortunately, but that does not mean that you should not get involved. You can talk your coworkers into forming a team. I'm quite sure that you can accommodate teams up until pretty close to the event itself, I would imagine.
As long as we have space available.
Right.
And one of the things people can do is they can go to our website, which we got this year, to make it easy for people to get their entry forms online. So you can go to www.benevet, BENEVET.azmine.com, and they can see our website. They can download the entry forms, find out about the events, which times would be better for them, and try to make it as easy on people to give from their hearts as possible.
Perfect. Keep in mind the website, it has been posted across the bottom of the screen. If you need more information, it is on the events calendar at myradioplace.com. And I do know that when I linked, it didn't quite link right, but it's very easy to find, and it does have a lot of information, and we definitely want you to check it out. It's something that's very positive. There's absolutely nothing. Many times we know that when organizations are raising money, there is a very negative or painful connotation to it, and that can be said of any type of charitable cause. But the reality is, if you're participating and you're involved and you're helping these organizations, it's all a benefit, it's all a good thing, and it really helps touch the lives of so many people. You can't help but feel good about that. In addition to bowling, getting a little bit of a workout, it's all very positive. What else is the Benevet Bowling Fun Fest, the primary fundraiser for your organization right now?
It's the only one. It's the only one we do.
So, and what kinds of, I know that all of the proceeds have benefited veterans. What kinds of things have you been able to accomplish with the funds that you've raised?
Well, we started out with a request from Mike Winters over at the Combat Veterans Rehab Center at the VA. He had a very limited space, and he wanted a Wii with balance beam with a flat screen TV, because a lot of these people coming back today have IED problems from explosions, which is neuro issues,
right?
Which is what we're raising money for this year, is neuro issues, and that's our primary source of funding, is to the combat veterans. Where, you know, we don't have a lot of money to give, but we wanted to target the people who have given the most, who deserve the most, and hopefully, you know, we got a rehab machine for the Combat Veterans Rehab Center last year, which is a new step machine, and a wheelchair Native American dual Purple Heart veteran rehabbed on that machine, who was given no chance of getting out of a wheelchair. And right now he works in shipping and receiving at the VA hospital dock. So Mike's done a great job over there. That's how it all started, as far as, then we got into computers for the library, and we've branched out into getting, wherever the need is, we try to fill it.
Sounds like you've done a wonderful job. I really appreciate your efforts on behalf of our combat veterans. We definitely want to make the Benevet Bowling Fun Fest as huge a success as it can possibly be. Let's take the opportunity to really step up, chip in, and see what else we can accomplish for these guys. And I really appreciate you taking the time to stop by. Hope everything's a huge success, and we will talk to you again very soon about what we were able to do with the funds that you were able to raise. With that, we are going to take a short break, and we are going to get to check out a little bit of entertainment when we come back. Stay tuned.
Hi, I'm Ben Bueller, owner and funeral director at Bueller Funeral Homes. My grandfather once told me, you can serve a family selfishly once, or treat them right and serve that family for generations.
Bueller Funeral Home has been serving Arizona families for 3 generations with affordable and reasonable services. Bueller Funeral Home feels a funeral should be as unique and personal as the individual it honors, whatever your choices, your traditions, or your budget.
2 outs with a runner on first base. Now the big guy comes off the bat, hitting .342 with 92 RBIs and 36 homers.
Chill raw and prepared foods promptly. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
I've gotta figure this all out, find the answers hidden under my doubt. I need to go somewhere else, hanging upside down on Orion's belt. 7 sisters shining bright, guiding me through a universe void of light. A pentagram in the sky, it's on my hand, reflected in your eyes. Our love is just entropy, becoming erratic, chaotic energy. Cosmic waves move me along, gamma rays make the winds of fate so strong. They say there's no such thing as God in the darkest depths of our thoughts. There is only our pain, destruction, the reasons we hate. But I think I know better than to believe such a lie. Our thoughts are just a feather floating through the sky. I think I've got this figured out. Love's the answer, covering our doubt. And heaven's not so far away, it's just drifting through time and space. And it may pass before our eyes, but we won't see it in this life. But the pentagram is in the sky, it's on our hands, reflected in the minds of 7 sisters, 7 sisters committing suicide. 7 sisters, 7 sisters committing suicide. And in their honor and my vanity, I'll build them crystal chimes.
All right. Sean Williams, welcome to our television show. You and I talked quite some time ago and couldn't quite get it put together, but I'm so glad you were able to make it. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Great voice, great guitar work. Of course, I say that in all honesty. I am not a I'm not a reviewer of any type, but I loved it. I thought it was great. Your CD, Birth, has been out for some time now.
Yes.
That was one of the things that I became familiar with, first of all. And starting to see you pop up around quite a bit. And I know that you're currently, one of your weekly gigs is at Shay's, am I saying it right?
Yep, Shay's.
Shay's Coffee House over in the Fry Shopping Center in Cottonwood.
Yep.
6 to 8, I want to say.
I'm not sure of the address.
I mean time-wise. You're there
yeah, sorry. Yeah, 6 to 8, and actually it's an open mic night.
Oh, that is true. You host that. That's right. Excellent. Those are becoming really popular too. You are a very young man, and you've been doing this for a while, as I can figure it out. So what got you? How'd you get started in music?
My whole family has been just musically inclined, so it was there as a childhood, throughout the whole childhood. My mom, she was big into folk music and would always sing to me Peter, Paul and Mary and Pete Seeger, and my dad was always a career musician, and so it was just there, and it just came naturally.
Very nice. I know, again, this is just a couple of the descriptions that I've seen that talk about your music: acoustic, folk rock. There's many of those. Psychedelic rock is one of them. And what I hear is just music from the heart. And are you doing a lot of your own writing, and are you singing? Are you collaborating?
I basically just stick to a lot of the solo stuff or having a few musicians come in and play with my songs. Like my dad will play actually bass on a few songs, and he did a lot on the album, and just having musicians fill in here and there, but all the writing's done by me, and most of it is solo.
Absolutely. What I know that this one is Sean Williams and his hallucinations. So your dad is part of your hallucinations.
Yes.
I'm sorry, Dad. That didn't come out right. But but there are. But so you've had a few people that sing with you and do that kind of thing.
Yeah.
What other kinds of places are you looking at playing? I did see your name very, very recently, I think, up in Flagstaff at a festival, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to get into the folk festival. I played two of my first folk festivals this year, one in Flagstaff and one in Prescott. And so I'm just putting in applications wherever I possibly can with those folk festivals, local ones, and trying to work my way up through the circuits. Well,
I sense that there's going to be a significant amount of success along those lines. What else should we know about Sean Williams?
I don't know. This is all I do, really. I play and I work on the Verde Canyon Railroad, and so I just balance time between working and playing music.
That's called the day job?
Yeah, the day job.
Yeah. Kind of that someday, but in the meantime, you could be working at worse places than the Verde Canyon Railroad.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's not too bad. We would love to hear another song,
okay,
and we will get to that. I want to say thank you to everyone for joining us today, and we hope that you will come back to all the rest of our television shows in 2013 and beyond. Please, we invite you to visit myradioplace.com, visit verdevalleytv.com, share with us your thoughts, suggestions, anything you want to hear or don't want to hear anymore, and we will look forward to hearing from you. In the meantime, we are going to look forward to hearing one more song from Sean Williams.
All right, thank you. This one's called I'm Gone. All I know is I'm alone. All I know is I've died alone. No, I'm not feeling too well, but I feel like I'm in hell. Please just take me home, 'cause I've been feeling low, yeah, I've been feeling low. Take all that I own and steal my ox, my horse and my home. 'Cause I've been moving on, yeah, I'm already gone, waiting to hear the bell that'll take me to my next hell, yeah, take me to my next hell. 'Cause the devil knows my name, but he don't know where I'm bound. And if I go insane, I won't make a sound. You can pick apart my brain, but there's nothing to be found. I'm long gone. My true love was gone with the night. I laid her to rest like I've done so many times. But when the morning came, the sun shot down its flames. I knew that she left with my money and my breath, with my money and my breath. You can call it bad luck, you can call it cruel fate. The poor got it rough, and the rich got it great. The first shall be last, and the last shall be first, and I'll be in the middle, just quenching my thirst. I'll be quenching my thirst. 'Cause the devil knows my name, and he knows where I'm bound. I'm on that morning train, riding through his town, but I can hear them play that old trumpet sound. I'm on my way back home.